All right, we will go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody. My name is Katie Avendano. I'm the Associate Director of Membership for Beta Gamma Sigma, and I'm so delighted to go ahead and welcome everyone to our webinar series today, which is the 5 benefits of global virtual internships. Just a couple of housekeeping. You can certainly utilize the chat function within Zoom. Take that chance, an opportunity to introduce yourself, tell us where you're joining us from around the world. There's also a Q&A function you'll notice at the bottom part of your Zoom screen. You can use that at any time to go ahead and ask questions, and that way our presenters will be able to answer them. We also have some team members behind the scenes that will also be supporting and answering your questions as well. So to help us get off to a start, I want to welcome our speaker. We have Alyssa Allen joining us today, who is the Director of International Programs with United Planet. Alyssa served as a manager with United Planet since September of 2017, leading the travel abroad as well as virtual quest, exchange visitor internship, and incoming volunteer programs. Her expertise include aspects of service learning, civic engagement, non-for-profit management, and global citizenship. Alyssa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Katie. I'm really looking forward to chatting with everyone, and thank you all so much for joining. I also have Dave Santulli, who's president and founder of United Planet, who's also Beta Gamma Sigma, joining us today. He's in the chat, so he will be answering your questions, and he'll join us on screen at the end so we can answer some questions live as well. I'm very excited to share with you today about the 5 benefits of a virtual internship, and I hope that you all might join interning with United Planet with us. United Planet is a nonprofit organization with a mission to foster cross-cultural understanding while addressing global challenges through partnerships to unite the world in a community beyond borders. This means we operate with a mission in mind, also really focusing on creating a global community, one relationship at a time. And through our virtual and travel abroad programs, we can do this, and you can be a part of that too. We work with volunteers and interns on a voluntary basis. So volunteering is a really great opportunity for individuals like yourselves to get matched with a global project to assist with daily operations and tasks according to your skills, experiences, and the community needs. A virtual internship is a remote experience where students and individuals can support our local host organizations in achieving their community impact through a virtual project and through this online work and support. Internships really kind of go the next step and really allow you to work past volunteering and allow students to outline learning objectives and goals as it relates to the organization's work, but also to complete reflections for yourself and to work collaboratively with direct supervisors who can be mentors and help you report out on what you're doing. And as an intern, you can focus on things that are going to be relevant to your studies, whether it's administrative work, marketing, social media, fundraising, creating lesson plans, and so much more based within the type of work that our international organizations do. Now, why would you want to consider a virtual internship opposed to maybe interning in person or volunteering or even doing something else? Well, at times it can be hard to work effectively with people who, share beliefs, values, mannerisms, etc. with you when you're working in a global capacity. And this can be exacerbated when you add layers of that different culture and social challenges and a pandemic. But you can only learn and grow and practice through this type of participation. So you can't always rely on what you read or what others are doing. And sometimes there are these obstacles in your way that are, making it hard for you to really achieve what your goals are. And so seeking out opportunities like interning in a virtual capacity and getting to know our global experiences can be really important. According to a professionally executed survey of admissions leaders at U.S. colleges, 58% of college admissions personnel said that they agreed a student's community service experience has a positive impact on his or her acceptance to a higher institution. As well, intercultural competence, which is the ability to communicate effectively and appropriately in intercultural situations, is an increasingly valuable skill in our globalized world. So being able to join an internship, a global internship, holds so much value. And virtually, there are so many reasons why, doing this online is more desirable. Like I said, being able to manage what this looks like in a pandemic is really challenging. But participating in a virtual internship shows that you have a commitment to personal growth amidst the fact that there is a bit of chaos in the world. In addition, in-person volunteer or internship experiences remain limited to people. And so this kind of opens the opportunity in the pool of experiences. Virtual experiences allow students to complete requirements for studies or service hours alongside your classes. Virtual experiences also give you access to domestic and global projects and teams, while travel remains limited if you're looking to really have that global experience in this way or work outside of your community. Virtual experiences are more accessible for students who don't have the means or time to travel in-person programs. And this can be a great opportunity for you to dip your toes into the water if you're looking to travel and haven't necessarily done that independently as well. And lastly, virtual programs allow for an international experience while maintaining a school schedule. And it can be really hectic to be taking 4 or 5 classes and working, and then also having an internship experience in person. And so being able to balance that and set your schedule with a virtual experiences is really great. So these are some of the reasons why you should take on an internship and maybe make that virtual. But we also have these really important benefits, and there are so many benefits, but we were able to narrow it down to the top 5 based on what our interns have been saying. Number 1, you gain real life work experience within an international organization. Remote work allows for unique exposure in international environments. And there's even a benefit to doing remote work and not having to travel sometimes, like we said. You are still working with a real organization and you're making a real community impact and connections that are going to be long lasting and allow you to really achieve your goals academically or professionally. Number 2, you broaden your global perspective and your ability to collaborate with international teams and professionals. You'll have the opportunity to learn from local employees and professionals and learn about community challenges, developing cultural communication skills, cultural leadership skills, and so on. Every global culture operates in their own unique way, and differences like language and time zone and traditions can be a challenge, but they're also an opportunity. Learning these cultural dimensions and in a virtual setting can set you up for so much success in your future. Here's Erin, an alum of our Virtual Quest program. She said of her experience, it was an amazing opportunity to learn deeply and genuinely about the global community while lending a hand in creating connections. This experience challenged me to think critically about my beliefs and taught me so much about myself in the world around me. I will carry the skills learned from my internship in Kenya throughout my academic studies and into my career. Most importantly, I will cherish the connections with the people I met and continue their positivity, gratitude, and selflessness. All this by doing a virtual internship for about 3 months. It can be really flexible and really impactful. Number 3, develop 21st century skills. These are specific abilities that students need to learn to be successful in your academics, career, and beyond. These skills are going to be categorized as learning, literacy, and life skills. And they allow you to adapt and develop personally and professionally. And you might be saying, yeah, some of these things I realize as being important, and some of these things are a little bit different. And so you're not just focusing on what you can learn, but also what you can develop and enhance. Number 4, boost your professional resume and credentials. Having some experience and a diverse range of abilities is really necessary to pursue your academic and career goals. Through a virtual internship, you can forge new relationships, really network and gain contacts across the globe, establish a connection with experienced mentors who provide insight into your study, into your major, and another community. You may even be able to boost your language proficiency and so much more that will help you stand out and will help your resume and your credentials in your academic admissions or in your professional pursuits. And number 5, learn to use innovation and technology to drive social change. As I said, United Planet's mission is all about fostering cross-cultural relationships, and we are really focusing on social change in this way. And working with organizations that have specific community impacts, you can contribute to that. And you can get out of the normal work structure and be able to be innovative in your approach. You are not necessarily going to be teaching in classrooms and working with students directly. Maybe you're finding really exciting ways to engage students who are now in this virtual learning, phase that we're going through. Maybe you're working to do research into areas of concern that an organization doesn't necessarily have the time or capacity to work within. There are so many ways to be innovative and to utilize all this technology, and it's really more important now than ever. Those are our top 5 benefits, but there are really limitless benefits and outcomes to being a part of a virtual internship. This experience will allow access to all of these aspects as well, gaining country and regional awareness around unique key issue areas, making a positive difference through supporting global nonprofits and social enterprises, developing key leadership skills as a global citizen leader, gaining exposure to different languages and cultures, and even developing personal relationships in countries around the world. Our interns are also learning so many different skills, and they are developing and enhancing characteristics that are important for them personally. Our top interns and volunteers have said that their ability to adapt to new situations, their increased confidence and initiative, their ability to be more self-disciplined and manage their time after participating in virtual internships has really made their experience a well-rounded opportunity for them. And you can do this as well through your virtual internship. Now, a little bit more about what United Planet's virtual quests are all about and what this means if you are participating in a virtual experience with us. Our goal with virtual programming is to allow for you to support host organizations in achieving their mission and community impact. We also want you to build your skills and competencies as volunteers and interns. So maybe you're studying business, maybe you're studying engineering, and working within a social organization is great, but how is that also going to relate back to what you're doing? Well, we can help you do this by matching you with organizations that focus on environmental sustainability, education, social work, or even community development. And we offer a diverse range of global projects across so many different countries worldwide. And you can promote cross-cultural relationships and understanding throughout this. Virtual quests are available in 25 countries where you can utilize language skills you may have or hone in on those professional skills or learning objectives for yourself, or even where you can just explore your hobbies and interests in a global context. When planning a virtual internship experience, we'll make sure you're achieving your goals, making an impact with the local community, and that the schedule and time frame is suitable for the school year or over the summer based on what your availability looks like. Here are some examples of virtual internship opportunities. The first is maybe focusing on language and education in Japan. if maybe you are interested in learning more or traveling to Japan in the future, or you have an affinity for working with ESL. Working with the Japan Language and Education Program may be a great internship opportunity for you. Our internship options are available from 1 month all the way up to 6 months. And taking into consideration the time zone, you may be working collaboratively with your supervisor once or twice a week, and then doing some asynchronous work as well. Another example is working with a community development organization in Ghana. Work with a nonprofit organization aimed at brightening the future of the next generation in Ghana by alleviating poverty and creating better opportunities for underprivileged children and disadvantaged communities through projects in health, education, and sports is really this organization's main goal. Their programming includes teaching and providing scholarships for students in Ghana so that they can have access to education overseas. They focus on access to healthcare and insurance, mental health education in schools, and using sports as a tool to channel children off the streets and into something positive. Interns are needed to do various things like write blog posts or to boost visibility and SEO, create videos and promotional tools, research community health challenges, and to create educational resources that can be taught in schools. There are so many opportunities and ways that you can look at how your personal and professional goals might tie into some of the social needs and areas within the virtual internship program. We also have quests abroad, so I want to be sure to highlight some potential travel opportunities. They're short, mid, and long term, so traveling from 1 week all the way up to even 1 year is possible. And we have programs now open in Costa Rica, Spain, Argentina, and more. So if traveling abroad and interning abroad in this way is a goal for you, you can maybe start with a virtual quest and internship and then travel in the future. This is a highlight from one of our recent returnees, Yaji. Volunteering abroad in Costa Rica is the single most meaningful service experience I have ever had. We were provided a wealth of opportunities to explore and immerse ourselves in the culture, participated in hands-on learning at the sea turtle conservation in Montezuma, and made lifelong friends from all over the world. Now, just to kind of recap, there are so many reasons why you should take a virtual internship, but also why you may want to consider interning with United Planet. We'll make sure that your experience is going to be personalized, and we'll use that personalized matching process so that you can work with a global organization. You'll be able to have extensive pre-program orientation and training, be a part of global citizen leadership training, and you'll have a mentor from our organization as well as from the international organization that you're working with. You'll be able to meet other virtual volunteers and interns who are participating in programs and be able to talk to them and collaborate about how you all can work effectively in your individual placements. And you'll be supported through your experience from our team the entire way. So I'd like to invite someone else from our team now, as I mentioned, Dave Santulli, who's here with us and a part of Beta Gamma Sigma. So we might be able to answer any questions that you all have or have been putting in the chat.
Hi, everybody. Great to see you. I was just in the midst of answering a chat question. It's great to be here, particularly as a Beta Gamma Sigma member myself, way back in the day. And I look back and learned so much and benefited so much from my experience in Beta Gamma Sigma. And I'm so grateful. I started my career with PricewaterhouseCoopers, then went on to establish a trading company in Tokyo, Japan, before coming back to the United States. And I look back, and it was those international experiences and opportunities to interact with communities that not only helped me develop professionally, but was just incredibly fulfilling throughout my life. So it's such a pleasure to be here with you to provide these kinds of experiences. And I just wanted to say, as a Beta Gamma Sigma community member myself, kind of thinking through the business lens, it's so important to have that global perspective and cross-cultural perspective, whether we're addressing the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, are looking at how to be successful in a more interconnected global economy. We need to develop those skills. And by joining a social enterprise in Rwanda and helping them with a marketing project or a business plan, or working with an organization in Iraq or Nigeria or Costa Rica, as an individual or even as a chapter, you can really gain some unique experiences and develop all of those wonderful skills and competencies that Alyssa was mentioning earlier. So I just wanted to kind of share that as I join the call here. I know there were a couple other questions in the chat, Alyssa. Were there a couple that we wanted to highlight here and then try to address?
Yeah, absolutely. I see some really great questions. Like, how can I be involved, or how can I do this, and what are the areas for volunteering? It's really easy to get started. All you have to do is choose which country or type of program you're most interested in being involved in. The categories are really going to be broken down into community development, education, environmental sustainability, and global health. And so if you have a particular area that you want to work in, or if you want to choose one of the 25 countries available for virtual internships, you can let us know and enroll at unitedplanet.org/enroll. Great question.
Yeah, I did notice another question there, Alyssa, about integrating this experience into a classroom, or even doing it together as a chapter. Now, you're welcome to participate as an individual intern, and we offer it to college students, and also at the high school level, you are eligible. I noticed that as a question. But this is a wonderful opportunity to integrate a project into your class, or even to build that teamwork and camaraderie and partnership as a chapter. So you could decide as a chapter to work with one of these projects. And we have projects, as Alyssa mentioned, across many key areas. They address most of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals across education, environment, health, etc. And if you're integrating it as a chapter or part of a class, it can be adjusted in terms of the length. So you can engage from as short as 4 weeks to 12 weeks, whatever makes sense. So we work together with you to figure out your goals, and then work with our network. And we're fortunate as an international nonprofit going into our 21st year to have this network in over 40 countries. And we've also taken on a program that was established in 1949. So some of our programs have been around for over 70 years. So we have quite an established network, which provides you access to this tremendous network of nonprofits and social enterprises across the world, which is very unique. And for 5-10 hours a week to work on a team, building social cohesion in Iraq, or working on community development in Nigeria, it's a special opportunity, and I just encourage you to explore it. We're happy to talk more about it if you reach out, and I believe we put our emails here and out there for you as well.
Alyssa and Dave, can you guys tell us a little bit about what the enrollment process looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. When enrolling, we want to make sure that the program is not selective or competitive, but really focusing on how we can match you as best as possible to an international organization that can support you in developing your skills, but also that you can make an impact with. So we are going to ask you to enroll and let us know a little bit about yourself and your goals and your experience. And we will interview and discuss that with you so that you can share more with us about your availability and your schedule. And then we'll recommend the top 5 or 6 placements out of the 400 or so that we have. We'll narrow that down for you, and you can say, I've started to get to know these organizations in Nigeria and Costa Rica and Spain, and I'm most interested in working with the community development in Spain. We'll match you with that organization and introduce you to the site supervisor there, and allow for you to meet them, discuss the program with them, and get to know what your role and responsibilities are going to be. They'll be able to review your full application where you submitted your information as well as your resume and references, so that they can understand how to support you best, and so that you might be able to find the best possible position there.
Wonderful. And I think one of your slides did mention this already, but could you remind us how many countries do you work with?
Absolutely. United Planet works in about 48 countries worldwide with all of our programs. And for the virtual internships, we have 25 country options for you all.
That's great. I know there might be some other questions. I just wanted to take a moment to look at the situation with business and corporations, and we know that when businesses and corporations work with nonprofits and civil society, they can generate a huge impact through their corporate social responsibility in addressing these challenges that we face in our communities and across the world. So showing the leadership and getting involved on that journey early on through these internships, while building your skills and applying business skills and expanding your soft skills and your creative problem solving and collaboration. It's a wonderful way of fulfilling your goals of enhancing your personal and professional development with making a difference and developing as a leader and a community leader as well. And I think a lot of companies really embrace that and respect that a lot. So it'd be a wonderful thing to demonstrate to some of the companies or organizations you might like to join in the future. It's a really unique opportunity to do that as well. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
So we do have a question. Is the program selective or competitive?
That's a great question. No, not necessarily. We really want to be able to invite all people to participate and have this unique experience and get to know another culture. So instead of making the program selective or competitive, we'll match you. We want to know exactly what your goals are and match you to an organization within one of the 40 countries or 400 placement opportunities so that you can have the chance to participate and learn and grow. Thanks, Katie.
Wonderful. Well, I'll take a couple more seconds here to see if anybody else has any additional questions they would like to ask our wonderful presenters. So feel free to drop those in the chat if you have any questions. If not, you certainly can reach out directly. You can also contact Beta Gamma Sigma. We're happy to connect you as well. We do have a question that, are there opportunities for faculty?
Great question, Beverly.
Absolutely. There are opportunities for faculty through our community projects in different countries. And we also have some arrangements where we have university collaborations around different projects. So I'd invite faculty to reach out directly to Alyssa or to me at dave@unitedplanet.org, and we'd love to explore that.
And I think we did have a question about the amount. So it says, I have a question about the cost of the virtual internship. Is it the same amount? So no, $300 for the virtual internship as shown on the website.
That's a great question. Yes, there is a program fee to participate, which covers all of the administration and training and placement process. And it also will act as a donation to the international nonprofits as well as United Planet that you are supporting and working within. The $300 deposit is a contribution to the total program fee, and the placement opportunities are anywhere from 1 month all the way up to 6 months. And so the total will vary depending on the duration of internship that you choose.
Wonderful.
And it is important to note, as a partner of Beta Gamma Sigma, we have some special scholarships available that we should highlight, and we could certainly share the link to those in the chat. But we do that to honor the relationship and try to support the nice relationship that we have with Beta Gamma Sigma.
Wonderful. Are there any other questions? So we did just drop into the chat the link for information on the scholarship for BGS members. So please feel free to take a look at that. Again, if you don't get to capture it, or if you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to us or any of our presenters. We'd be happy to assist you. Let me just make sure that we have no other questions that have come in. Is there anything else from our speakers you would like to share?
I think that's all, Katie. We really appreciate you helping us to chat with everyone, and we really appreciate everyone's great questions.
Absolutely. Just want to reiterate that we appreciate our partnership with Beta Gamma Sigma, and send all of our best wishes to everyone who attended and your leadership journeys at your campuses, and wishing you the best of luck with your chapters as well.
Well, Alyssa and Dave, thank you so much for joining us today for this great presentation and helping us kind of spread the word. So thank you for everything that you guys are doing. Again, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out to either Beta Gamma Sigma or any of our speakers, and we'd be happy to assist you. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.